Hey everybody, we're here at the NAMM show. As you can see, it's insane. We're at the south end of the first hall. This is what it's like here. It's crazy.
Always.
Here with my good friend Kurt James. Kurt, how are you?
Doing good today.
Now, Kurt, of course, is been spending his last year out on the road with Graham Bonnet, one of my dear friends, and one of the great guitar players out there. But this is the thing. You need a great guitar. That's it, right? And we're here at the Freedom Custom Guitar booth, and they just built this for you, Kurt. And tell us about this guitar.
Well, basically the pickups are to my specification, and we've got a double coil humbucker here, which gives you the sound of like a Gibson, or and then this is a real single coil. So when I want to get the Hendrixy glassy thing, that works perfect. And then here you've got a stacked humbucker. So no noise, but it still sounds a lot like a stock Strat pickup.
And the neck, rosewood.
Yeah, this appears to be a rosewood neck, and it's got more frets than, it's 23 frets, I believe.
Yeah, and so I noticed that. Hold this up to the camera. There's an extra fret here with the pickup in its normal position. It didn't have to get moved.
Right.
So you get that one extra fret, just in case you need that one thing that nobody else has got.
Woo! Yeah,
exactly.
It's going to get a little higher than the regular Fender.
Now, but when something is on the back of this neck that is really cool. Show this to everybody.
Check this out. It's in case you forgot what kind of guitar it is.
On stage.
Yeah, you'll know exactly who made this one. Even
reminds me.
My back turn.
You remember when Eddie had the "See Ya Goodbye"?
Yeah, that was cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. That's pretty cool.
Maybe they'll build one for me. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's. It's amazing. Put it back on, turn it up, and we'll shred a little bit.
Get a little demo.
Now, also with this here, I'm hosting all of a sudden, taking over Brian's
That's how
gig.
it goes.
An0maly's here.
Yes, sir.
An0maly, do you play guitar? Do you play basketball?
I play basketball, harmonica, and a little piano.
I didn't know you were so tall, man. I was like, whoa.
I am balling. That's for any journalists or any media pundits out there. You want to play one-on-one, it's not going to go well, so try me.
You got a jump shot?
Jump shot's good. I drive, I rebound. I actually spoke to Dennis Rodman recently. I was like, Dennis, bring me to North Korea. I'm ready to ball. He said maybe, so.
I just saw basketball written all over him. With my jump shot, his height, I'd be in another career today. I guarantee it.
Anybody want to play 2-on-2? We're out here. I'll put money down on it. 200.
Hey, dude, the two of us.
Yeah.
The two of us.
I'm not even sure how good you are, but 200. Any other two radio personalities or whatever they are, I got money on it. Make it 300. Hey, who
I guess I get to be ref-ish then.
Unless they look really good, then I'll be like, nah, maybe not that.
You look fed-ish. You could be a ref. You could be ref-ish.
Ref-ish.
How many NAMM shows have you been to?
It's my second one.
Isn't it amazing?
It is. It's a lot going on. I got to see Victor Wooten earlier play the bass. That was tight because he's a legend.
It's one of the great things about NAMM. This is my 50-something NAMM show, right?
One of the few people that has me beat. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
How many?
50.
What?
50. I've gone every year since 1984, and then another 15 or 20 summer NAMMs thrown in, and that pushes me north of something. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm feeling, well, I'm still young, but when you look at the numbers and you're like, wow, this is,
It flies.
But that's one of the great things about the NAMM show is the talent that's walking around here. You can stop. Kurt James just shredded. Turn up, Kurt. Check this out. Kurt's been taking lessons from me for the last 10 years. I taught him everything that he knows. You make me proud.
Yeah, you taught me everything I forgot.
Amazing. And this is what goes down at the NAMM show.
Absolutely. Kurt, I wanted to ask you a question. Who are some of the influences that you had growing up? Why did you pick up the guitar, and why do you still care about it today? Who do you listen to today?
Which question should I ask first?
Beginning, then the end.
Okay.
Wide open.
Okay, let's see. My stepmother played guitar. That was my first influence. But then I had a great record collection, you know, all the classic stuff from Deep Purple. I was listening to Deep Purple before I even know what was what, you know, Pink Floyd. But Hendrix is the one that really, like, whoa, what's that? I loved it. And then later on, I heard Alan Holdsworth, Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, and I got really into jazz fusion, you know, and progressive, and did a lot of that. And then Eddie Van Halen lived right up the street from me. So,
Really?
yeah, I used to go see him, and he was like the hot shot in town. I had no idea he was going to make it big because, you know, who knows, right? But that was a great environment to come up in. And I graduated from South Pasadena High School, actually.
Very cool. Is there a new up-and-coming artist that we need to check out today? Is there somebody on your radar that might not be getting the publicity they deserve?
There's one guy from Italy named Matteo Mancuso. He's probably the best living musician I've ever seen touch the guitar.
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Coming from you, that scares the crap out of me.
Yeah,
right?
that says something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, real quick, where do people find out more about your stuff, your catalog, what you're up to next?
I guess you just check on Google my name. You know, that's the first thing I do just to see what's going on. Sometimes I have to do things, and it's like, oh, I didn't know I'm going to do that. Okay. You know?
Well, I have to ask, you've spent the last year with Graham Bonnet out there on the road, and you're here at the NAMM show now, which means you're not on the road this week. But what was it like touring with Graham Bonnet, one of the greatest living voices, you know, of our generation?
Well, it was something that I always hoped would happen. I thought it would be a natural fit, my playing, his voice. You know, since I did play in Steeler, and I was doing the Yngwie stuff with Ron Keel, and you know, and I was hanging out with Yngwie when he was in Alcatraz. So it was like, wow, okay, I get to play all my favorite songs with the real guy.
Oh, of course. That had to be surreal.
Yeah, yeah. And then the audience response was great. And just being able to really play up to my potential. You know, a lot of music kind of holds you back. It's like, oh no, don't do that. But this music is like, go for it, you know. So I got to, you know, it was hog heaven as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, the album is incredible.
Yeah, I got to be on the record, and
It's called Garage.
Yeah, Meanwhile Back in the Garage.
Meanwhile, Back in the Garage.
Yeah, they got me in on the tail end of that thing. I had to, the other guy had to leave, and so I filled in at the last minute. I got to do one song on the record.
Okay, you can't say the other guy. Yeah, you can't say that. I know who the other guy is. Who's the other guy?
A good friend of mine named Joey Tafoya.
Who is one of the most amazingly cool shredding guys in this community.
Right, and we've been good friends. In fact, he was the one that recommended me, well, he gave me Ron Keel's phone number one day and then said, you got to call this guy, they need a guitar player, you're the guy. So
Isn't it weird how small this community is, that so many years later, it's Joey again involved in your life and your career. It's trippy.
Yeah, it's full circle at this point. Yeah, I really, I'm blessed to be where I am right now. I'm very happy. Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of show to go see. You ready to go do it?
I can't wait. Let's go.
Anything else, Brian?
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to ask An0maly something.
See, you're at a music convention. We got one of the greats here.
Yeah.
You know.
It's all love. I'm just chilling. You know, I'm listening. I'm a learner. I'm a listener. So.
Can I say this?
Yes.
We had An0maly on the show a couple of months ago, right? 2 months?
Time flies. Yeah, maybe 3, 4, but I don't know. I don't count.
the thing that was so great about that is your audience, your following, which is ridiculously big, right? And your footprint into social media and what you're doing right now, you brought that audience to Fade to Black, gave me a little street cred, but it introduced my audience to you, and it's uniting the community and bringing us all together. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. That was great. And you got a lot of street cred too. You know, I don't know, I was going to say something witty, but I just kind of dropped the ball there. But I got something, I don't know. I got coffee backstage.
I can't follow that.
Well, what I was thinking was, I wanted to ask you, An0maly had a chance to perform with Trapped. You guys did a song, put out a video recently.
Yes, sir.
You know, that song Headstrong was like on heavy rotation for 3 years as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
And I saw you doing a thing where you're kind of like a commentator on stage. How did that come about, and what was the experience like?
He emailed me. I guess he liked the political videos, and he was like, we gotta do music. So we met up and ate a burger, I think, or maybe he got a beer or two, I'm not sure. But he was going off, and he knows a lot about the political world. And I was like, we gotta make a hit, we gotta make a smash, my man. And then he was like, yeah. And then it just rolled the ball. He sent the track, and I did it, wrote and recorded it within 24 hours of when he sent it. Yeah, I was playing a video game while I wrote it. I was like, it was on a level, so. Okay,
so you didn't have the lyrics in the bag. Well, you didn't come with any. You wrote it on the spot.
Well, no. He emailed it to me that night. I wrote it and then went to the studio, and then he wrote it on the spot. It came together very organically. Come together. I try to make like a pun because the song's called Come Together, but yeah, he's a great guy, and that worked out well.
Well, come together and come as you are. I know Nirvana, Kurt Cobain talks about writing his lyrics on the way to the studio. It was all just drivel and nonsense, but it wasn't. It was clearly something. You tap into it when there's an energy between performers on stage.
The best stuff happens that way every single time. It's always the last track on the record. The one that you wrote in 4 minutes because you needed the extra track is the one that's released as a single, and the one that you play as an encore every night because that's the one that's paying the bills.
That's right, yeah. A lot of
because you didn't overthink it.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell a 2-minute story. No, 60-second story. I'm in a car with Rob Halford. We're driving through the desert, right? Rent a car. Me and Rob.
I love this story already.
And Rob, we start talking about different things, and he goes, so we brought up, it was like Breaking the Law, or one of the songs, and he goes, the thing is, we needed one more track for the album, and we're on tour, and the record company says we got a studio, so we go to the studio in the middle of the country. We've never been there. Pulled up with our gear, walked in, recorded the track. It's still our #1 song. And I'll never get tired of playing it, And that's how it happens. They wrote it there. All right, we've got a lot of show to do, guys.
Let's go check it out.
Unbelievable.
Guys, I appreciate all your time. This was like a fun, hilarious improv, random scatter shot of an
interview.
Here
at Freedom Custom Guitar
at the 2019 NAMM show.
Bye-bye.
Jimmy Church signing out. An0maly.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Brian Engelman.
Sayonara. To be continued.
Later.